Alright, boys and girls. This video is not going to be too fancy. We are having computer issues. As you can see, if you've been looking at videos of the shop, we are still in disarray around here. However, you'll notice a ton... Oops, garbage on the floor. You'll notice a ton of room in here. We got rid of a lot of stuff. My partner, he got him a whole brand new, nice big bench to work on. He's finishing up, buttoning up a Collins for us. Well, bird cage now that's going out to Pennsylvania for Bill. Bill is going to be picking up that, a deck, and a bird cage 750, take back to Pennsylvania with him. We are now both where we can utilize all the equipment between our two benches. Like I said, we still have a lot of unpacking to do. We emptied out the entire shop and just decided to start all over again. And what you're seeing now is half unpacked, disorganized, but organized somewhat. We're not have some fall all over us. However, the focus of this particular video is this little guy right here. This is a DX-2517 that has been immaculately taken care of. And when I say immaculately, it's been taken care of. Let's take a good look at the inside of this bad fella. We got rid of his original poopy power supply, but it's a 30 amp in there. Okay, and as you can see, the inside of this radio is super duper freaking clean, all the way down to, check that out, up 409's been in here. Look at that. This gentleman ordered this conversion with a specific set of numbers, which means my traditional board wasn't going to cut it. This man wanted more average power, or RMS power, as you guys call it, slug power, no peak, than we typically crank out of one of these units. And I can see why. I'm not going to go into what he's driving with it, but it ain't no pump. Let's just put it that way. So let's look at what he wanted. He wanted somewhere in the range of a 5 to a 50 watt carrier with his board on. We do have a switch. Turn the board off and on in the back. He's got a very nice heatsink. Keep it all nice and cool. And by the way, this board has not exceeded 80 degrees yet. So I'm not really worried about it getting too hot. And that is driving it with both finals in the driver. Bias has all been redone and pretty much sitting right in the middle. We did have a problem with, you guys, when you open up this radio, if you get a good shot of it here. This transistor right here, it's in front of this 8-pin chip back here, okay? Let's look at it from this direction. See this guy right here? Let's clear that up a little. See this guy right here, this little black transistor? In front of this cap, in front of this chip. Q39 on this radio. Do not cut them out. It makes the radio sound like shit. I don't know why you guys keep doing this. Stop it. The NPC mod I don't agree with, but it's in there. It's helping us get a little more RMS. But we did have to rebias, retune the tanks on the output. It wasn't fun. But we got it to where it sounds decent after we put Q39, whatever it is, back in. So now, with his RF power all the way down, and his board on, watt meter is a 100 watt slug. 100 watts. We are in the middle, which is 100 watt reading. My pre-scaler goes 100 on a 100 watt slug. We go 100, 250, 500. That's 100 watts. Peak is off. That is peak on. That is peak off. So now let's look at this bad fellow with the peak off. This is a 100 watt scale. We're reading the bottom scale. Okay. So, with the power all the way down and the board on, mic gain all the way down, get an accurate reflection. We've got him down to about 4 watts, which is a little less than he wanted, but it makes for a very nice swing. Now, from that 3 or 4 watts is where the magic happens. Turn the mic gain up. Notice I am not going to turn my peak switch on. Audio. 80. 80 and 90 on RMS. I've seen 96. We might turn it up just a little bit more. But here's the cool thing. Let's look at the peak on. Well, first, let's go all the way up on power. He wanted somewhere in the 5 to 50 watt carrier range with his RF power turned all the way up. We're at 45. So, yeah, we do have to bring it up just a hair. Okay. But from that 45, it will do the same 100, 90, 100 of RMS. It's 100 on the money from a 50 watt dead key. Now, let's look at peak. Just for fun, this guy don't want to see peak, but I like to see peak. We have to go to the 500 watt range because, here, let's do 250 first. 250, which is the middle top scale. Cannot hold it. It smashes it. Well, now my 250 is about 15 watts generous. I have to send it back to coaxial dynamics to have it recalibrated. However, the 500 is dead on. Oh, wait a minute. This 100. Let's try 500. 500 is the middle scale where it says 0 to 50. Audio 225 set where we've got it right now. Once again, he don't want to see that. He's more interested in this 100 watts of RMS power. Peak switch is back off. We're back on the 100 watt slot. 95. Okay. I think I got a weak battery in my D the way it's going back and forth. But there it is. This is our new board that we will be using to drive 3-500Z amps with, which is what we build here. That's what our bird cage is. It's either a single or a dual 3500Z. For those of you guys who require drivers in your radio, you like that idea better than having broken connections outside. Once again, let me explain that. By a broken connection, I don't mean something that's busted. I mean anything you can plug in, unplug, screw on, or unscrew. Anything that is not soldered is a broken connection. So to run his setup, he has been this radio into a driver, into whatever down the line. Okay. Now we're eliminating the middle driver. That's 2 less broken connections and a way better board driving his stuff. Plus, this runs a lot cooler. We have fine biased this fellow. I've gone through the tuning circuit for the output with a fine-tooth comb. The audio is beautiful, according to all my radio checks. The meters have been reset. The counter was not depicting accurately what was coming out of the antenna jack. We've also repaired that. Well, lined it up. We did not disturb the switches on the front to turn the amp off and on merely because I just didn't want to cut all the ties in this thing and start making it look stupid. The inside of this thing is so nice, we're just leaving it alone. So we went ahead and, as much as I hate putting holes in radios, we put the switch on the back. So there it is. This is a driver 2517. 5 to 50 watt carrier. Right now it's a little shy of that. We're going to bring it on up. 5 to 50 watt carrier. 100 watts all day at RMS, average, whatever you want to call it. Bird watts. It's banging 100 bird watts from a 5 to 7 watt carrier. So that's worth digging on. If you can't dig on that, you got to go on down the road. I'm sure there's somebody better than me. So there you go. This is for a gentleman in Georgia. And we are also going to do his D104, which has had some bad luck, but we rebuild Ds here, so it's no problem. So there it is. This is a very nice 2517. It was very nice when it got here, aside from some typical CB shop screw-ups. And now he has a perfectly modified, built specifically for this unit, 2-pill driver module. So I hope he enjoys it. We're going to button up his microphone. We're going to get this gentleman out of here. As far as the rest of our projects we got going on, like I said, we have all the stuff that my partner's working on over there. He's just neatening up the wires and whatnot inside the new, what's going to be the new bird cage. 4572Bs, no band switch. 409 power supply, not the Collins power supply entirely. We are going to use our high voltage transformer, but after that we start trickery again. We also have on this unit our patent pending bias splitting network to properly apply bias to each bank of 2 tubes. So that's what's going on there. He also has a DAC 10, no, a DAC 9, which he will be driving this with 26LQ6 tubes. That is, I guess, right next to him over there on the floor over there. And then his buddy has an amp which we have to bring out of the garage because we put a lot of stuff back outside when we went to redo this. And all that stuff you see in the corner, that's our garbage corner right now. We've been cleaning this place up. That's all garbage corner. But anybody who's been watching the videos will tell you this is a 125% improvement over the way this shop used to look. And it's still fucked up, right? Excuse me, it's still messed up right now. So that's where we're going with it. As far as the shop goes, as far as this guy goes, he definitely wanted to see this thing in action before he takes care of his invoice and gets it sent off to him. Well, now he's seen it. It does exactly to the letter what he wants it to do. little shy right now. We're going to clean and control. I know what that up and down is about. We have to clean and control and recenter the 5 to 50. But other than that, this radio is perfect. So, once again, 409 does it and does it right. And there's plenty of other guys out there, but y'all see where the real stuff is coming out of. 518, tell them all have a good day.
Have a good day.
That's right. Be blessed, and we'll see you at 7 3.